This is a barred owl, and the barred owl is, again, very common in our state. It's one of what we call the wood owls, and wood owls, as the name might suggest, are birds that tend to live in fairly dense wooded habitats. And you can see one of the things we're going to be looking at a lot and talking about a lot is wing shape. And when you see this bird's wing shape, he has a very round and fairly short wing shape for his body size. And that round, shortish wing is excellent for navigating through dense forested areas. This is a bird that's associated with forested wetlands here in South Carolina, so swamps, other dense wet areas. Also, his camouflage, you can see, is excellent for those dense wet areas. The third thing I want you to notice is its flight pattern. You're going to see a few different flight paths today. This bird has a flight path that takes him very low to the ground, which is going to be very different from all the rest that you see. He flies very low to the ground because he's hunting things that live on the ground, but he flies very low on the ground, or low to the ground, more importantly, because he's listening to hear those small things on the ground. Owls hunt primarily, in many cases, with their sense of hearing, and if you're going to hear a mouse on the ground, you're going to have to be flying pretty close to the ground, so you can see that. Again, kind of unfortunately for owls, that low flight path oftentimes puts them in direct collision course with cars. They fly low across the road, and they get hit by cars, which is a common problem. There's a few ways to help prevent that. One would be in the future when we build roads, we can be a little more conscious of where we put them. Right through the middle of the swamp is probably not the best place. Maybe around the edges of these critical habitats or in a less obstructive way. And also by minimizing the attractiveness of a road as a place to live, we can minimize prey items for these animals near the road. We didn't really talk about quiet, but he's very quiet when he flies. Almost no noise at all from his wings, which allows him to sneak up on his prey. Again, those people in the middle can tell you that he flew past them, and I bet they didn't know he was coming until after he was gone. So if they were mice, he would not have had any trouble catching them. Now you're all wishing you sat in the shade, right?